Alright guys, so here's part 2 of section 10.1, which is graphing circles or equations of circles. Let's get started with example 4. So here's a picture of a circle, and we're asked to write the equation for that circle. Alright, so two things that you need to find out in order to do this is the center and the radius. Alright, so the center and the radius. Now for the first picture, the center, if you count the diameter, ends up being 12 units. So therefore the center should be 6 units inside the circle from all directions. So it's that red dot that I put there. So the center in this case is going to be -3, 3. Now the radius, just like I said before, the diameter is 12 and the radius has to be 6. Again, you can count and double check, but again, in all directions from the center of the circle, you should have 6 units. Alright, so that's all you need. Now, once you have this information, all you have to do is plug it into the equation that we've been talking about, which is this equation right here, the equation of a circle. So the center is -3, 3. So therefore, our h value and our k value are given to us. So our h value is the value that goes inside with the x. So this is going to be x minus -3. And our k value is 3. So that's going to be the one that's paired up with the y. So -3. And then the last piece of information that we have is the radius is 6. So therefore, you have equals 6 squared. Now, before we move on to the next one, let's just simplify this because we can simplify this a little bit further. We have x minus a -3. Well, that becomes a +3. And then we have x plus 3 squared. Y minus 3 stays the same, and that's squared. Then 36 is 6 times 6, so then we can have that as equals 36. So therefore, the equation of this circle that we have is that. Alright, moving on to the next one. Again, similar. First things first, identify your center and your radius. So the center in this case is going to be at that red point there, and that point ends up being 4, -2. And if you notice, the radius in this case is 4 units. And again, it's 4 units in all directions, so that's how we figure out the radius. Just count. So again, that's all the information you need. So once you have this information, you can plug it into your equation. Again, your h ends up being 4, and then your k ends up being -2. So it's going to be x minus 4, y minus 2. Sorry, y minus a -2. And then you have your radius, which ended up being 4, so we have 4 squared. So again, we can simplify this. X minus 4 squared plus y minus a -2 becomes positive. And then 4 squared is 16. So the equation of this circle is that right there. Alright, I'm going to stop right here just so I can keep the video short. We'll move on to the problem below in the next video.